Hey guys, feel free to unmute your mics. We're gonna do this tonight, no form of fashion. Thank you so much for joining tonight. Again, I don't really have many words, but I've been paying attention to. I got a kickback. Let me see why. Let me remove. I think I'm up here twice. I'm gonna remove some of this. Can you all hear me okay? Just give me thumbs. Okay. So this was important to me. You all know I wear many different hats, and I try to figure out a way to get in front of certain things. It looks like to me that Terry has such an amazing impact. I know that you all have stories on stories on stories to share and or tell. I was watching some of your faces while the video was playing. That's just something small that I put together. This is just really a small contribution, something that I can kind of just give to his friends and his loved ones to go back and watch a little later on. But I felt like I needed to do this for you all. I watched some of your posts. I watched some of your stories. Some of you I commented on. This is a very trying time for many of you. Such an amazing loss, such a great man. We know that Terry leaves behind. Let me add Bibby to the stage. I don't know where Q went. We know that Terry has an impeccable story. He's done amazing things in the community. Man, I don't know an older man that has done all of the work as Terry has done. And so he's touched my life, seeing how he's touched yours. And so real brief, we ain't gonna be on here long. I just wanted to hear from you all, get some laughs, because I know you all are dealing with so many emotions. And then what I'm gonna also say, I appreciate how you guys are showing your vulnerability online. You're showing people that you're human. You're showing people that you grieve. We know that we won't get the opportunity to see Terry on this side again. But if we do things right, we'll get the opportunity to see him on the other side. I looked at some of the videos and some of the clips from the day MPD, they did that. Sometimes organizations come up short. MPD, the mayor. I saw posts from Kenya McDuffie, Councilmember Trayon White, Janice Lewis George. That's big. I seen a post from Brooke Pinto. Man, let me tell you something. Every other post is about Terry L. Bennett. He's trending right now. He got the city pretty much sold up. And so I just wanted to talk to you guys briefly about Terry, tell me, how you met him. What type of impact did he have on your life? Are there any words that you may feel like he left with you, or some things he might have said at some point that you will always hold on to as it relates to your relationship? And listen, let me tell you something. Y'all got some big shoes to fill, man. Y'all got some big shoes to fill. He was a man of honor, a man of integrity, a man of family, a man of the community. The one thing that keeps coming to my mind is that little Black boys don't graduate from the schools that he graduated from and make it to Bucknell University. That's just unheard of. It's unheard of. He's what I would like to call an anomaly, which many of you are. You don't grow up in the environments that you grew up in and become something. So, man, I'm just proud to say that I know you all. Many of you call me mom, auntie. I'm just grateful to be a part of your life. But this was important to me, and I hope it is also important to you. So I'm gonna just go around as I see your name on the screen. And the first question I'm gonna ask is, how did you meet Terry? That's the first. Everybody's gonna get that same question. So I'm gonna start with. I don't see Coach K. His mic is muted. So I'm gonna start with Dominique. Dominique, how did you meet Terry?
Terry and I met at Bucknell our freshman year, going into our fall football season. We both grew up in the DMV. I never met before prior to that, but just a spunky little guy, about 140 pounds, and he was the light of everybody's room. So that's where I met Terry.
Okay, Billy, how you meet Terry?
Bib dog.
Oh, you talk. Oh,
So my my 10th grade year, I got put out of third grade, and I was, I'm gonna keep it short and simple. I was turning 18. My mother was like, "You gotta find a school." So I'm like, "Man, I want the street from my house." So when I enrolled myself in Blue, Terry actually helped me enroll myself in Blue over the summer because we got 12 employees got work over the summer, and he actually helped me enroll. And then from there, it was like, you know what, you gonna be my little brother. Like I'm gonna take you under the wing. And I'm like, all right, that's cool. That's the first person I adopted to.
Okay. Q, how you meet Terry?
Same way I met Damo. I met Terry at Bucknell. I did a visit before orientation, and we both in posse, so he was my big and I was his little. And when I got assigned to him, my dad rolled me up there to Bucknell, and Terry met us like near the yard. And we kind of already knew once I first met him, like that first time, he was like, man, I got you. Don't worry about him, I got you. And
Yeah.
when he told me he got me, I kind of just we just clicked from that point forward. And he kind of had an obligation though. He was assigned me. I didn't pick. They picked him for me. Like that's your
Mhm.
little. And so we kind of just bonded from there. But yeah, Bucknell, the same way I met Damo, Bucknell.
Yeah. And I want to add to that. So for those of you that don't know, I'm Q's mom. And so when Q was going to Bucknell, as a mother, you sending your child off to school, the first thing you think about is who they going up there with, who they going up there to be with. And so I found a sense of comfort when I knew, oh no, it's a senior already up there. He gonna be good. So the fact that Terry was already in place before Q got there without me even meeting Terry, I knew that Quentin was good. And so here we are years later, he still had that same impact. They still remain friends. And so I'm grateful for that. Rock, how did you meet Terry?
Uh, through the through football at Baloo, him coaching. I first met him last summer during the 707.
Okay.
Um, Real good guy. He play a lot of energy, but he was real helpful, real giving. Turk, he like had a good heart though, a real big heart at that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah, I'm just meeting Terry like last summer.
Okay. Nephew, Coach K. Y'all know Coach K got a new baby. That baby probably running them around. How you meet Terry?
You know, we met through the coaching world. 2018, I became the college and career coordinator at Blue, and Terry was the wide receiver coach, and I was the offensive line coach. So, we had to bring the unit together. So we linked in that matter. So we early like we was talking. We graduated high school the same year, so we was talking like a lot of times about mutual people we know. So that's how we kind of linked though the coaching world, but then our backgrounds connected.
Okay. What impact has Terry had on your lives?
And I
And I'll
start.
Yeah, yeah, you can go ahead, Kay. What impact has he had on your life?
I mean, it's a huge impact. So, I got the job in 2020 as the head football coach at Baloo, Terry's alma mater. And at the time, I was, what, 25, 26, 26 years old. And, I was the youngest coach ever in DC. And I told Terry, if I'm going to do it and it's your school, I want you to be my assistant head coach. And he said, I'm with you. And I've accomplished a lot in my life, but just being the head coach here, and then ultimately us two making it to the Turkey Bowl as the youngest head coach and assistant head coach. It's just Terry being with me every step of the way. There's just in this role, we make some big decisions and we deal with a lot. And even though at the high school level, we just deal with so much, and just someone that companionship in a way, just every step of the way. Like me and Terry dealt with every emotion of building a program with one another. So that's just something I never forget. Terry just all like a compassionate person. He cared about people. So we've dealt with a lot with one another, but we also experienced a lot with one another. So just experiencing that level of leadership so early in my life, I'll never forget him because he was literally my right hand person, and he was always there with me. So it's a huge impact, and an impact I'll never forget. Being this early implementation of leadership.
Okay.
Let's
Q,
let's
what
get Dom.
impact?
We gotta get the parents with the kids out the way. Let Damo go. They
Oh
Sure,
gotta
I'll
yeah,
go.
go. Um, Shoot, even my bald head right now is because of Terry. Terry was the first guy to go bald in the group chat, and I followed suit after him. But Terry taught me how to be authentic, right? Terry was 100% himself. He never changed for anybody, and that will have an impact on you, right? You go into spaces, you kind of you want to be a certain way, you want to be professional.
You
He was
want to jump
professional, but
on the stage.
he didn't care about anything but being Terry, and people respected him for that. So to this day, I'm still still trying to be the best I could be like that. But Terry taught me really just be yourself, be a good person, and good stuff will come. And now stick with me as a dad, as a husband, as a son. I just really miss him and his impact on our lives.
Yeah. Thank you for that. Q.
Uh, Terry helped phase me out of being a boy into being a man. Um, he showed me that even away from home, I could be comfortable in a different place. And I think that speaks to both KB and Dominique, both saying that like he was authentic, he was genuine, he was pure. Terry was a person that you never had to question, you never had to think twice about, you never had to look over your shoulder. There was never a second guess with that person. Terry was always the one to give you the best advice possible, even if it was advice that you didn't want to hear. His opinion was going to be stated. Even if he had a joke to crack in a bad time and moment, that was Terry. He gave you him authentically. And to me, that was probably one of the most impactful things because a lot of people can attest to it. I carry Bucknell the way that I carry Bucknell. I was authentically from DC. I ain't try to be nothing but from Southeast DC. I seen Terry do it. I seen us represent ourselves like the way that we needed to. And from that point forward, I knew I can build a bond with him. And it grew from him being my big to him being a brother to me being the best man in his wedding to being best friends. And yeah, I never let go of what we built, the things we did.
Yeah. And I'm a witness that and I didn't know how it was happening and I didn't know what your processes was becoming a little boy to a man, but I knew I saw a shift when you went away to school. And so now to hear you say that Terry was very instrumental in that, that's big for you. And so I want to pause because I know I want to be intentional about your moments of sharing, but I also want to pause and say to you all, and I don't even know if this will help. Bishop Webb just got on, and she will probably agree with me. I don't even know if this will help, but Terry had a mission, and fortunately for him, but unfortunately for us, he completed that mission. Every young man that's on this live tonight is a man. 10 toes as a husband, is a father, is a godfather, is a stepdad, is an employee. So I want you all to know that everything that he poured into you, he poured that into you. Because all of you all got bits and pieces of him. And look at how it made you whole. Right. And so I want you all to be appreciative of that. And I'm definitely not telling you to grieve. I'm telling you to grieve. I'm telling you to be in touch with your emotions and your feelings. But Terry's mission was complete. I had the opportunity to pray for Terry, and days are colliding and running together, so I can't tell you what day it was. But when Q called me on FaceTime and told me to pray, I prayed. And see, I'm always looking for some kind of miracle, even if it's just a small one. And so when Q told me to pray and I started to pray, and Q said it's a tear coming out his eye because I wasn't in Terry's situation. I didn't know what that tear meant. But what I do know, a tear is a response to something, whether it's pain or whether it's happiness, whether it's sadness. I just know he responded to the prayer. I didn't try to find out what the tear was. It was not my business. What God wanted Q to see or me to see or him to witness and whoever else was in that room was that this is a response. That teardrop is the same as a clapping of a hand. That teardrop is the same as a raising of a hand. That teardrop is the same as him running That teardrop meant something. And for me to have saw that, I knew if there was anything else that I could do for God to save him or bring him back, I would. But in that moment, my job was to specifically just say a prayer that God's will be done. So I want you all to hold on to the memories. Do not, and that's really gonna be my next and final question. After we answer the one about how he impacted your life. Because baby, I definitely want to know how he impacted your life. And Rock, I know you said it was a short period of time, but I want to know how he impacted your life. So, baby, tell me that. How did Terry impact your life?
So like I told y'all, like, Terry, I met Terry my 11th grade year. So I caught myself taking a bad route. Let me say that. I caught myself
Mm,
taking a bad route. So Terry, like, man, you came third good. I know you smart, but you just bad. Excuse my language, but you just bad as shit. Like, you
mm-hmm,
bad. Like, you got put out of third grade. You ain't get put out for no reason. So I'm like, man, you right. So eventually, my 11th grade year, I upped my GPA to like my cum to like I want to say like a 1.9. Then my senior year, I got it up to like a 2.2. So I'm like, Terry, I ain't going to college. I'm trying to go to trade school right here. Like, man, you going to apply to colleges. So messing with Terry, I wound up getting into like 7 colleges. So I'm like, you know what, you right. But I want to this day, I still like I regret it because I never went. Because I was always focused on like trying to make some money. But even though like I'm gonna make it short and sweet, even though like KB point, him and KB pressed me out like, mind you, when I graduated, Terry snatched me up real fast, like, man, you gotta coach with us. So that's why if anybody see my Instagram post, I posted the other day like we won the turkey bowl and I lost two with you. I won one with Terry and I won a state with Terry and I lost two turkey bowls with him. So like he snatched me up real fast, made me I want to say like a GA for Baloo, getting the equipment ready and that. So now I take a lot of stress off. I took a lot of stress off him and KB now. Like I deal with
mm,
paperwork. I deal with the front office part. Let me just say that I deal with the front office part of the football team. So I made their life easier. But Terry impact to me was like his motto to me was, "We just some youngers from the South, and we gonna show them what the South can do." And that was it. And that's what I'm gonna live by, and that's when I'm gonna stand on that. Like
yeah.
I just told the coaches before we left, what we just like when we was just outside. Like I feel like we owe Terry a turkey bowl, and that's what we gonna get.
Okay. Rock, what impact did Terry have on you?
Being as though I didn't know him for that long, the only thing that I can really get on here and say, Terry taught you how to talk trash with your chest out. Like,
Mm,
he was real funny like that. Like, he was a real funny dude. He always found a way how to make you smile. He'll just start a conversation over with a joke. That was like most of the conversations that he and I had. But it was more so a group setting as opposed to it just being me and him. I've never been around him, just the two of us. It was like me and all of the coaches. And it was more so during the football games or during practice, something like that. So that
mhm,
basically was what it was for me with him.
okay. I
'Cause
wanted
I
to
feel
read.
like I'm the only one that's up here that knew him the least amount of time. So I don't really have a lot to say, but
Yeah. But we listen, but we appreciate that. We appreciate because again, like I said, everyone on this panel holds a piece of Terry. And I want to stop and I want to pause for a minute and I want to acknowledge his wife. I want to acknowledge his mother. I want to acknowledge his son. I want to acknowledge his family. This is a very trying time, and I don't have to tell any of you guys this because you already know you're probably already doing it. If I know you like I know you already doing it, you're present. His mother's going to be leaning on you. His wife is going to be leaning on you. He has a son. And it's time like this where the phone calls are eventually going to stop. The visits going to eventually stop. His mother needs to still see your faces and hear your voices no matter where you are in the world because that's your assignment now. And as a friend, as a brother, that is now your assignment. That is a part, the same way you have a schedule for your job. That family needs to be on your schedule. His son needs to be on your schedule. When you're in the area, you need to ride past, blow the horn. You need to be doing something. And again, I don't even think I need to tell y'all this, because every last one of you are so selfless in your everyday lives, and so you already know this. But I know you all have work tomorrow, so I don't want to hold you, but I've wrote something. um so I would say this. How can you make a how can and just jump in, how can you make a greater impact in your life and in your community based off of what you've seen Terry do?
Can I go first?
Let me go,
Absolutely.
baby.
Huh?
Oh, go ahead, baby. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So, all right. So when I got the blue, right, Terry was doing the job I do now. So Terry was a behavior tech. I was a student. So like once again, I'm gonna refer back to my Instagram post. Like the bond I got with my kids now and my job, I learned it from him. Like everybody ain't got it like you got it. Everybody ain't, even if you're not the flashiest person in the school, you still got it. But if you don't got it, you got it. But you still gonna be a part of us though. Like I learned how to be a family with her. I learned how to be a man. I learned how to teach young men how to be a man. Like, hey, if you don't got it, you gotta go get it. Like I said, when I got the blue, I ain't think I was gonna graduate high school because I was 2 years behind. Like I was 2 years behind. I was 18. I was the second oldest in my class. If I ain't graduated that year, I was going out Blue State. And me going out Blue State, I probably wouldn't even graduate. I ain't even gonna lie, I probably wouldn't even graduate. But he
Mm.
told me, like, Shawty, you gonna graduate, you gonna finish it, you gonna finish your 12th grade year, you gonna walk guard state in June. So to my testimony, what I'm saying right now, he taught me how to really be the person I am now. Like that's you gonna grow a bond with these kids, you gonna help these kids a long way, and that's gonna be that. And they ain't gonna forget about you.
Go ahead, KB.
Hey, what was the question one more time?
um
No, I was listening to so much. Bibby answer got me so compelled and got me a
Yeah, no,
little taken back. I
but
had to
you
think
know
about
what?
the question.
But KB, that's crazy because after Bibby finished talking, I was about to interject because hold, well, let me slow down. Bibby, you probably the youngest in the crew, right? Right now on this.
Ain't no problem. Ain't no problem. I
No,
am.
you are.
I'm the youngest out the bunch.
So what you just said was like Kenny said, compelling. What you just said was so compelling. I don't even know if you know you're like the poster board for what Terry poured. Does that make sense, y'all? You are literally the walking billboard for whatever Terry poured. That's why this was
Nah,
so important, because I needed this to be recorded, because I need you, and I will come back and show you this. If you get off, you ain't gonna get off the wrong track, because you got Kenny up there, you got Q. So I ain't gonna worry about that. But this needed to be recorded because you just said a whole lot in a minute or two. You can be anywhere right now. He said to you, you're going to walk across the stage. When I go Baloo, I sometimes don't even see you. You'll see me and text and be like, Mom here. I don't even be seeing you know why? Because you're at work. I don't even think
yeah.
you understand, but I'm a let it ride. I'm gonna let it ride. But KB, the question was what was the question? The question was how can you have a greater impact on lives just based off of what Terry has given you or shown you?
Oh, okay. Well, just for my part, it's just continue to push the mission we started. Uh, you know, Me and Terry, we had an obligation. Like I think I just like kind of how Baby keep referring to Instagram. I posted a video on Instagram the day after we, finally made the Turkey Bowl with one another after like throwing our third year. And we kind of both said, like, man, it's only ever been about the kids. And, that's what it's about, me and Terry. Like, we got our own jobs, our own careers. So coaching wasn't like an end all be all for us. We
Yeah.
did it because of our love for kids and our love for the next generation. But when I just look back and I was able to reflect and notice, it was never about just the next generation. It was about those under us too. Like it was about the Bibbies, it was about the Qs, it was about the Vons. Like me and Terry just ain't look out for the teenagers. We looked out for the guys, in their mid, like in their young, like in their early 20s, mid 20s, who we knew had promise and potential. So that's just the mission, just to make sure everybody around us is good. Like that was me and Terry mission. Like that's what we talked about. We didn't just talk about like, the Lorenzos or the Kelvins or the Johns or the Khalils, the Nikos, the DJs. We talked about the Qs, the Bibbies, the Vons, the Cs. Like that's what our mission was. Our mission was about everybody around us. And that's what satisfied us. So, it wasn't more so just what I learned from 'em. It's more so like what we did with one another, what we accomplished with one another. Yeah, we made it to a turkey bowl together, but if you able to really see the lives we were able to touch, like we got Bibby working at Baloo, we got Vaughn working at Baloo. You know what I mean? Like Q and Terry had their bond. Me and Q have our bond. Like we motivate people in that regard. There's countless other people we've helped. Janaya is at Clark Atlanta, and like I told her today, like she became my niece through Terry. That's his real niece, but she became my niece. So I helped her, get to school, and we helped with certain scholarships, and it's just the fact that our mission was for everybody else around us be good. Like so, like I told the news today, like Terry was a selfless individual. I know I'm a selfless individual. We shared the same mission. So it's not more so what I learned from when we met each other. We were both selfless. When we met, we were both selfless, and we bonded on that. Typically people like trauma bond. We
Yeah,
ain't trauma bond. Like we selfless bond. If that's the thing. Like okay, you love people, I love people. Let's love on people together, and let's make sure everybody around is good. So, if I can carry on any mission, it's just to make sure everybody around us is good, and everybody I know that Terry love, that I love, is just good, and just hold that strong.
respect. I like that. KB.
And
Q.
let Damo. Nah, Damo, go ahead, Damo.
Oh yeah, Damo
Yeah,
gotta go.
Hey,
sure.
Ma, Ma,
I
that's the
probably
last question too, Ma. I'm gonna honestly log off. Thank you for
Well, go ahead,
hosting
KB.
this.
Love you.
Love
Thank you
y'all.
so much for your
All right,
time.
Love
Love
my
you.
appreciate
boy.
you.
love y'all. All right.
Yeah, my answer would probably be pretty similar to KB's. I kind of stay in my own my own silo, but it's important for us to continue Terry's legacy, and that requires me to step out of my bubble, right, and give back more and impact others in my community. Like I said, I love my family, I love my Bucknell family, my actual family, my extended family, Q and those guys. But Terry wants more out of us. He always pulled more out of us. So for me, I have to do more in terms of giving back. I do in small ways, but like I said, our mission now is to continue Terry's legacy, and that's going to require me to do much more in that aspect.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
my answer might be, it might not come for 10 years, might not be I can see in 10 years,
yeah,
but I'll
yeah,
keep trying every day to continue his legacy.
yeah. And that is enough. Like that's enough to work with, knowing I'll get there, right? And so every day, small steps. And the kind of people that Terry worked with, whether it was a student, whether it was a friend, whether it was family, whether it was a community person, realizing that small steps eventually turn into really big ones. And so I appreciate everything that you've shared. May your mornings be slow and your evenings be silent during this time. May you find some kind of peace. I don't know what that looks like. And I work with grieving families all the time. I still don't know what that looks like. It's different for everybody, it's case by case. And so take time, process, but no, his mission was and is completed as of today. And so thank you so much for your time. Same, if you have children and you need to log off, we're pretty much done. The only thing I was going to ask, if there's anything else you all wanted to share or wanted the people to know, feel free to share that. But other than that, I didn't have many questions. I just wanted to create a space and let you all know that I was thinking, that I care, you matter. And like I told Q, once we are all at the home going, everybody won't be able, to speak. And so this is just a moment for us to just kind of get it out, because looking at that procession, and man, Terry was the man. I don't even know. I know my Q gonna give his answer. That procession to listen, y'all seen it like I seen it. Honorable, honorable, well deserved. And so on that day, um, who knows? We might be standing in line trying to get in. I don't know. Y'all, I know y'all guys not. I might be standing in line trying to get in. And so with that being said, Dominique, thank you so much. Thank you to your family for allowing them to
Appreciate it, bro.
allow you to come. Q, I know you didn't answer, so I definitely want to hear your answer. Um, yeah.
My my answer.
Hold on, before you talk, Terry is the reason why him right there with the Nike hat on. I love Shorty to death, Slim.
See the thing, like I don't think a lot of people understand Terry and they won't get it, but Terry created something for everybody. He connected so many people in so many ways that it just doesn't make sense. He took Southeast, brought it up to DC, I mean to Bucknell. He took Bucknell, brought it down to Southeast. He took New Jersey, New York, he brought us all together. He took Minnesota, he took North Carolina, he brought us all together. And Terry did not separate his circle from anyone. When we was together, we was together. When we were all in one setting, we was all in one setting. Family, it didn't come from blood or from, we was all together. It was all one. In Terry's name, we were all together. We were all as one. So I think it's more of a, like I'm still trying to figure it out because like me, I'm not saying I was closer to Terry than anybody else, but like these last few years, me and Terry, we grew something that couldn't be understood. And the question is kind of tough because I'm still trying to figure out, I'm still processing like why now?
Mm-hmm.
And why not one more conversation? Y'all know each and every one on here and people that's on the YouTube live that's looking at it. I've been there since day one from the incident. But prior to day one of the incident, I've been there since day one of meeting them, and we never let each other go. So I'm still trying to figure it out. Of like, I don't really know what's next. I don't really know
Mm-hmm.
how. I feel like I was trying to figure out. Well, I had more answers and questions for him to figure out how to be the man that he wants me to be, and how to be the dad that I see him being, and how to be the gap to bridge friends from here to here. So I was still trying to figure it out, and even after all these years, I'm still trying to figure it out. But I know Terry has he done something big, and I think I'm gonna just leave it at he's done some legendary acts. He's brought us from all forms of life together, and I think that's probably where I'll be pushing myself is just bringing people together more. And y'all know I'm kind of like Damo, and I separate myself. I'm Bibby now. I stay away from my friends for a while, but I don't think at this point I have that option. We need to love on each other. We need to check in on each other. I feel to that like with Damo, we go months. We don't went years without talking to each other. It shouldn't have took this long for me and Damo to like stay connected. Or you know, Bibby, I'm gonna duck you, but we go so long without talking to each other
Why you
as
say I
friends
duck?
as friends and family, we go through so much, it kind of gets to a point where it's like, man, nah, grief shouldn't be the place where we get back together. So I
Nah,
think
for
from this
sure.
point forward, I'm gonna try to reach my hand out to as many of those individuals, even if it's for a quick conversation. I'm gonna try to reach myself, put myself in a place to reach back out to those guys, and like, let's just keep the brotherhood going. Let's affect the community the way that he did, and let's leave our mark in whatever area that we should.
Yeah. And I would also, while I'm closing out, I would say I was thinking today about, we always hear people say life is short. The Bible tells us life is like a vapor. If you put a pot of water on the stove and you turn it on, and as it's boiling, when you turn it off, you're gonna see the steam. You turn around and come back, the steam is gone. That is how fast life moves. It's that fast. We don't count it as that because you thinking, oh, I was once a baby. Now I'm 20. Now I'm 25. Life moves fast. And for nothing else, keep in touch with the people that made a mark in your life, that was impactful in your life. People are sending me messages saying, oh, last week, week before, I seen Q. I'm like, seen Q where? Q was at the hospital. And I appreciate, because what's happening with you all now, you're going through your own stages of adulthood. You're I know what grief does, and I know what grief makes one do, but now I'm sitting as a mother and as an aunt and as a community advocate. I'm watching the people that I love go through the same grief that I went through when I was y'all age, from friends and family. And so the reason why this was important, because I'm an empath. So I felt, as I'm reading social media, I'm reading your stories, I felt that I said, I got to do something. Guys, I don't know what I can do, but I got to do something. And so I said, let me just hold space for them for a little while, let them have the opportunity to talk and share. So that's why this was so important for me to do. And so what I would encourage you all to do is to, press toward the mark. Baby, it looks like to me you don't have a way out, nephew. You don't got no way out. All of these guys are on your heels. They on your head. You gotta finish. You gotta finish what you started. I'm gonna even challenge you to go further. I don't know what further looks like for you, but you know what further looks like. And so now we on your heels. Terry might have been a little, he might have gave you a little bit of grace.
Got that for you. I don't gain no grace over here.
Yeah, somebody's coming in named Terry Strong. I don't know, is it Trayon?
That might be
Let's
true.
see.
Hey,
That might
Damo, if you gotta get off there, Damo,
You
you
know
get
what?
off
You
though.
can get off if you got to.
I'm enjoying the
Or
stories,
you
man.
can
This
just
is
stay
real good
on.
stuff.
Yeah, you can just
I'm,
stay on.
Nah, I
yeah, I'm just
know
enjoying
for a
the
fact,
stories,
like
man.
when you said they're gonna be on my heels, what's crazy is I feel I feel it coming from Q though. Like I mean, I text, even
You
though
ain't
I text
going
Q first, like you alright, you good. Like throughout this whole process, I text Q like you alright, you good. Like I know what Terry meant to Q, and I know what Q meant to Terry. So it's like I ain't got that bond they had, and that's cool. I'm cool with that. But I know I got a bond with Terry, and I got a bond with Q. Our bonds is different.
Mm-hmm.
Like it could be a time like me and Q together and Terry see our locations together. He had called both of us. If one of us don't answer, he's pulling up. Where y'all at? What y'all doing? What's up? Y'all cool? Yeah, we cool. Oh, all right. I'm about to go back in the house. All right, that's fine. But I know for a fact it's gonna come from Q. It's gonna come from KB. Like I'm just more so. It's hard for me. Like it's hard. Like it's hard. Like
Yeah.
it's hard right now.
Yeah.
And
It's
like you
no way
said, the
else.
grace that Terry gave me, I know I ain't gonna get it from Q. I might
Oh,
get it from KB. I know for a fact I ain't
listen,
gonna get it from Q though.
Quentin is the warden. I
Oh,
used to be the warden. Quentin not going for nothing. He not going for nothing with them
I
nieces,
can't
them
even hear.
nephews. You
I can
can't hear
hear.
me,
What she say?
You can't hear?
baby.
Nah.
Baby, whatever you was just saying, you got to go back when you got some
Oh,
good
I gotta
service.
leave and come back. Hold on, man.
Now all of a sudden you can't hear.
Yeah. Now you can't hear.
Yeah, but I think that man, sometimes you get lost for words in moments like this. I wanted to read something that I wrote. I knew I wasn't going to try to
Hey, Mom,
remember it.
look. Before you read that, when you told me that you was doing this, I had Damo in my mind already because I knew that I knew what type of relationship that Damo and Terry had, and I knew that it was something that I aspired. So when I met Terry, Damo and Terry was like next to each other. They was brothers. They was bonded. I knew I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna be the third one in the group.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be the fourth one in the group because we also got Ty, who's also a DC guy that was up there at Bucknell with us. But I'm like, I'm gonna be a part of that, and we got pictures together. And I was like, man, I'm gonna find my way in. Even when these guys leave, I'm gonna be a part of this group. And I
yeah,
I, I locked in on them like so fast. And the crazy thing is, when they left, I was mad at Terry, Damo, and Ty when they left because I'm like, y'all left me at Bucknell. They were seniors. I was a freshman. I knew they had to go, but I was like, I was mad because I was like, man, I grew a bond with y'all. Y'all just gonna leave me. Y'all kept me down here by myself. I just felt alone. And I was like, I never wanted to feel like that again. But even though I lost or we've lost Terry, it's like I don't feel alone right now. Like I feel like I
yeah,
got those guys around me. I got Dom on my corner, I got Billy in my corner. It was only a handful of people that walked the last 2 weeks down with me. And these are two guys that was on. And KB, I kept them updated. I kept them informed about each and every step of the way, and it was like, oh, I know, I got other friends here, but like this circle right here for this guy, these are the
Mm-hmm.
ones that I know, I feel needs to know each and everything about this process. So like, I'm very appreciative. Terry did this. Man, Terry, he don't even understand. I don't even understand. Terry did so much. Terry did so much.
He did so much in a little bit of span, like, and it, and
What
it's
you about to say,
it's.
Damo? I know Damo was about to say something.
Oh, my
Well, I
bad,
just
my
want to
bad.
give you. No, you good. I want to give you your credit, Q, because it's been a tough 2 weeks, man. And you would rock the entire time, and it's just, we were just at Bucknell like what 10 years ago.
Listen,
Little kids just hanging around, like enjoying life, and now we're handling real stuff. And you would have rocked the entire time, man. It was tough because I want to be there. We got a family. You're closer in DC, um, but you were there. You keep updated. You let us know what's going on, what's real, what's not real. So just thank you for that, man, because you were just as strong as anybody else in there, man. And I know it was hard for you, it's hard for all of us, but to see you as a freshman to now, holding down for all of us as a family, man, I really do appreciate it. And I tell my wife every day, like, without Q, this would have been so much tougher.
Mm,
Um,
that's good.
so I just appreciate you, Q, and let me be here and speak. And still, I told you I'm crying every damn minute I can, just because I miss Terry so much. But he's brought us all together a little stronger. But I do want to make sure I thank you for everything because it's just been just an impossible 2 weeks to handle. Terry and I, we were parallel, right? Same height, same graduation class, kids around the same age, wife around the same age, wedding around the same time. It's like none of it's making sense, but you held it down for us and you kept us whole. So thank you, man. I don't want to leave before saying that.
nah,
So I'll
I
drop down,
appreciate
but
you, bro. Much love. If you
I
get
wanted to
off,
make sure your
I'm gonna hit
flowers.
you when we get off. I'm gonna hit you when we get off.
All right, cool. I'll be around. I ain't doing nothing.
I got love.
Later. All right.
Thank you, Dominique. Thank you so much. Take care.
And to his point, like, and I know this been recorded and all, but
Baby, hold on, baby. Hold on. Hold on, baby. Hold on.
all
Hold on. Hold. We hold that for another. Hold on.
right, my bad.
I told you. Quit.
Nah,
Quinn
baby.
is, Quinn, Quinn is like the warden, baby. But here's the thing, though. I
Turn
retired.
like, what did you do? What did you about to say? What? Like, hold on, bro. I already know.
Yeah. So, baby, you got some. You got your work cut out for you, son. You got your work cut out for you.
I already know. I know.
Yeah. And this the thing though, and seriously, we here for you. Like we've always been family. Anybody who's my sons, they belong to me. I got a wealth of resources. I have a wealth of knowledge, and I push people to the limits, right? And I still think you should do some college, even if you do UDC community college. But we're gonna talk about that offline. But we're gonna push you to the limit. You gonna be bigger than what you are. You're gonna be greater than what you are, and I believe that Terry would be pleased by that. So we pretty much done here. Is it if there's anything else you all want to add to the conversation or leave the people with, or let me just go ahead and read this. Some that I wrote. Terry leaves behind a legacy that resonates with those fortunate enough to have known him. A figure of immense warmth and wisdom, Terry was known for his unwavering dedication to both his family and his community. His life was marked by a profound commitment to helping others, whether through his professional endeavors or personal interactions. Friends and colleagues often recall his infectious laughter and his ability to bring people together, like you just said, Quentin, fostering a sense of unity and belonging. His impact extended beyond his immediate circle as he championed causes close to his heart, inspiring many to follow in his footsteps. I could have wrote more, but I stopped at that because this is not his eulogy. I am not the eulogist. This is not his homegoing. This is just us reminiscing. And so it was just so important for me to just do this for you all in the whole space. And more specifically, I can pull a trump card and say I needed to hold this for my son because I saw the pain and Quentin, you was a friend to the end. I keep telling you that, like every single day you was going to work, you was at that hospital, you was giving updates, what I didn't know, and I didn't even have to text and say what's going on with her. You were already sending out a message. saying this was going on, and the only thing I could offer you at that time was encouragement, because I know when God wants to make a decision, God makes a decision, and He don't ask us anything. And so right now we having a conversation about a good man that God decided his time is done. I'm taking him. I got something else for him to do, but I'm gonna make sure I take care of you all along the way. So with that being said, I'm done, y'all. Thank you all for coming on. Thank you all for sharing. I know it was short notice. I came with a bad face. You all didn't come with a haircut. Y'all look just as dry as I do. But I felt like we needed to get on here and just have this conversation. Hopefully I was able to help a little bit. Days leading up to his home going, it'll get a little harder. Days after his home going, it'll get a little harder. But because we have community, we're gonna get through it. I love y'all.
Like too. Hey, baby. Tell them where they can meet us at.
Man, meet us at the spot Saturday, man.
Meet us at the spot Cafe 8, man. We out.
The spot at hold on. Let me do the right introduction.
Hold on. Terry name is Mr. Cafe 8. If you ain't there, you square.
Yeah, if you ain't there Saturday, you square.
I'm popping it. I'm telling y'all now, I'm popping it.
And I'm following whatever he got.
So be at the 8. Be at the 8 Saturday.
So it's Cafe 8. What time?
Don't worry about the time.
This meet is there.
Some people watching supposed to come.
Be there. Get there when the doors open. We gonna be there before the doors close, but be there.
Okay, Cafe 8 Saturday. Be there when the doors open.
Be there when the doors open. We probably don't come to the doors closed, but be there.
Okay, be there. Cafe 8.
We out.
Cafe Terry. They gone. Peace. We out. We'll talk to y'all later. Very strong.